Welcome back, everybody. The History Guy here. It's time for your daily dose of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. And one of our followers, one of the viewers, Mike LaPont, posted on a previous video that he had done a 20v20 battlecruiser fight with 1920 technology with USA versus Japan. He said in his fight, the US ships had 3 triple 16-inch turrets and tons of torpedoes. The Japanese ships had twin 13-inch and 10-inch guns. It started badly for the Americans, losing 3 right off the bat. After that, the Americans launched torpedoes, and it became a knife fight in a closet. At the end of the day, 4 more American battlecruisers were sunk too by their own torpedoes. So I thought that sounds like fun. That sounds epic. It sounds like a mess, and let's give it a try. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the same parameters, 1920, US versus Japan, 20 battlecruisers on both sides. I'm not going to unlock all of the nation's hulls for that time period. We're just going to go with what's available, but we are going to design our own ships within those parameters. So let's see what we've got available to us. We've got Battlecruiser 3 and Battlecruiser 2. Not a lot of difference between the two, so we'll go with the 3s. And so we don't have a limit as far as finances go, but as always, I love to go with the most advanced technology possible, the best available when it comes to accuracy and guns, whenever that's a possibility. So that's what we're going to do here. Let's go ahead and at least start with 1 mega funnel, and then we'll kind of go from there with that. Obviously, we're not going to have a lot of guns on this thing. We can go up to 16, but these are Mark 1s. Now, you have to go down to 14-inch to get the Mark 3s. But let's just kind of do a little comparison here. At 20,000 meters, you're at a 0.7% chance to hit. With these, you're at a 0.4%, so not real great. 10,000 meters, 4.4. 5.2 here. So with the increased accuracy, the fact that we're dealing with battle cruisers, which means in 1920 technology means they're 16 inches probably going to be a little bit of overkill, plus the difference in reload time, which is double at the 16 inches. We get 62 seconds for 14 inch. It's 128 seconds for the 16 inch. So not a lot of difference here. So 14 seems to be the way to go. Now I'm looking at accuracy here, and there is an increased accuracy with the 14 going with the 2 barrels. The difference in reload time is only about 10 seconds, so I think I'm going to go ahead and go with the 3 barrels. Now I'm going to throw that up nice and far up front because I want to see, it looks like I can get another one on there with the barbette. So let's go ahead and do that. You know, I don't know if I can I do that with the big barbette? Oh, it looks like I can. Okay. Maybe. Yeah, it does. Okay, we don't need the huge one for that. All right, and what we'll do is we'll throw 1 on the rear, and then we'll try to get some torpedo tubes as well. Although, you know, honestly, I'm a little concerned about the torpedo thing, because especially after he described losing so much to his own torpedoes. Let's see if we can go ahead and do the same here. Awesome. Perfect. That's what we're going to go with. We're going to go all guns. So we're a little offset on the 4 weight, and we're going to have to adjust for that as much as I possibly can. I don't know if I can move this or not. Doesn't look like I can. So we'll have to see once we make all the other changes whether or not that 4 weight offset gets a little better. We're super close on displacement right now, so we might have to go a little higher to get a little more weight available to us, especially when we go. I think I'm going to go turtleback armor scheme. Yeah, oh boy. We might have to go with slower to get a little extra weight here. The other thing I'm looking at, okay, we can only go up to those turbines. The forced boilers get a better funnel capacity than the balanced ones do. It's just the balanced ones weigh a lot less. So let's see where that puts us. That's 100. We're only at 89 with the balance, so we're going to go with forced. It's going to give me extra weight, but still, it's way less weight than what we had before. And actually, if we go to oil, we drop even more weight. I'm going to go to Aux 1 there. So now we've got some room to work. And this is where we're definitely going to get our super heavy shells. You know, going against Battlecruisers, I wonder if it pays to go with Lyddite. I'm a little worried about my own thin armor. I think I'll just go with high TNT here. Semi-auto reloading we can get to, but now we've got a huge offset issue with the weight. We can go all the way up to the Ring S4, or the S4 range finders there. So then that gets us to the armor, but you can see 25.4% weight offset. I'm not entirely sure why it's so different, but that may mean that we need to maybe remove this barbette and just go with, oh, it's not going to let me do that, and I don't think I can go any further up front than I already am. I'm kind of stuck here. We may have to try and find some other way of offsetting the weight a little bit. %. All right. First things first, is there a possibility of throwing another funnel on? Oh, there is. Beautiful. Now, that didn't change the weight a whole lot, but what that allows me to do is go ahead and switch over to the balanced boilers. That saves me a little bit of weight, but again, not very much. So let me look around and play with this a bit. So I added the anti-torpedo, triple hull bottom, anti-flood 3, reinforced bulkheads 2. That got me down to 20.9%, but man, it's still just, if we go up to maximum bulkheads, that also helps, but then again, I have an overweight issue. So, ew, this is tough. I'm just not entirely sure what else I can do except to drop more speed, but then I run into the same issue. So the only thing I can think to do other than that would be to drop one of my front guns and switch to some secondaries, but I don't see the need for secondaries. So, man, this is tough. What about underwater torpedo tubes or casemate guns? All right, we've got some places. These guns only weigh 8 tons each, so I'm not entirely sure how much this is really going to make a difference. In fact, it's not making a difference. All right, so I added one torpedo tube on the back, went with 20-inch torpedoes and increased ammo torpedoes just to help with the weight. That's just going to throw more stuff in there, though. But we're still going to be dealing with this issue. The only other thing I can think to do is to add some torpedo tubes on the deck to see if that further reduces things. And it does a little bit, but again, just not very much. So I think we're just going to go with that. And I'll probably turn off the torpedoes because I'm worried about sinking my own ships. We're going to hope that 14.4 inches doesn't dramatically alter our ability to have accuracy. I imagine it would, but we're going to have to see just how much of a hit we take. Okay, here we go. 20 on 20. Japan versus the United States. I did turn my graphics settings down. Normally I have them on beautiful, which is the second highest setting. I turned them down to good just because I wasn't sure how this was going to go. So it looks like we're firing right off the bat, and we are steaming away from him. We started out at 20,000 is the distance. So let's see just off the top. Okay, it doesn't look like we're taking any kind of major hits to our accuracy, but we'll find out. All right, we're going to have to kind of manage all this individually a little bit. Let's start getting everybody turned. These guys are following them, so there's so many shells flying through the air. Some of these are set to be screens, and the others are set to mains. And I think I've got everybody getting orders to turn. So we'll see how this all shakes out. But looks like we've already landed some hits on this first guy. Getting some real plunging fire going here. Let's see what kind of guns they've got on theirs. Looks like they're going to have 8 firing on me at any one time. But pretty significant damage already. Ooh, nice. Nice. Wow. It's like a fireworks show. This is crazy. Oh, we just lost sight of him. And we're not even turned down yet. You know, there was a comment made on my last video about how the ideal spot for getting the cruise speed bonus was right where this box is. Right? Oh, we sank one already. Right where this box is, right here. But if you've seen my previous videos on this, you saw that going right down here, right at the edge, the left side of full, and my little test kind of with that gave me the maximum own cruise speed bonus. What I did was I inched it down 1 knot at a time until I got the highest bonus, and it happened to be right there on that edge of full where I got the best bonus. So that is where I always put it, and that's why I always put it there unless I need more speed for some reason. It should max out somewhere around 26, I think, for own cruise speed. So it doesn't appear that the weight offset is affecting me too adversely. Let's look at some of our battleship or our battlecruiser names. We've got Lexington, the Famous, the United States, the Delaware, the Philippines, Idaho, New Hampshire, Reliance, Colorado, Boston, New York, Connecticut. So we've got states, we've got cities, Philadelphia. Oh, we've got an Arizona. Now, battlecruisers, I believe, were... Man, I can't remember battlecruisers. Battlecruisers named after cities? I know they weren't named after states. Those were battleships. And now they're submarines. So let's take a look. U.S. battlecruisers. Let's look at some of the names that the U.S. had for battlecruisers. There was an Alaska class cruiser. Lexington class. So there's the Alaska, the Guam, the Hawaii. So Philippines is an actual battlecruiser name for an American battlecruiser. Puerto Rico, the Samoa. The U.S. didn't have a lot of battlecruisers. All right, so it looks like this isn't the same one I sank before, is it? Please don't tell me he's running from me already. Alright, I guess we're going to have to start going after him. Time for the pursuit. Okay, we've got Idaho turning. We've got these guys turning. Let's get this crew going. We got a little bit of a mess with everybody here at the moment. We'll get them all turned and get them going in the right direction. But yeah, I've noticed that with the AI, and they may have to correct that, because it seems like as soon as the AI figures out that he's outmatched, he takes off, which I guess makes sense in the campaign. But in a custom battle like this, you don't like to see the second you go into it that the guy takes off. Here we go. Alright, let's slow this down now. I guess he's not taking off. He just was out of range for the time being for some reason. You can see these guys are still going 33. We haven't dropped everybody down to that magic speed yet. Now, I do wonder, as I mentioned that I did that test to see what the own cruise speed was, I wonder if it's different for different types of ships. I did it with battleships. I suppose that cruisers might not have the same exact place that's kind of the sweet spot for their own cruise speed. So the Lexington, let's take a look at the Lexington for a second here. Lexington, are we going 25 or 24 right now? You can see the own cruise speed bonus is at 20.7. Now let's see what happens if we raise that back up into that kind of middle there at 26. Maybe with Battlecruisers it's better to go faster. I could see the wisdom in that if that's the case. So we're moving up now. We're at 24.5 and climbing. The own cruise speed bonus is actually remaining right where it was. So I guess we're better off going 26 because it doesn't seem to be hurting that. Nope, there, now it's dropping. See, so as soon as we get up in that box right there, that's right in the middle, it drops. So now we slow back down to 24 and you see it goes back up. Looks like about 25.5 is where we get it. So we could go 25 and still get it. So we've got everybody heading towards him now, for the most part. Get the Philippines turned this way. Oh, there may be a screen. Oh man, so much firepower in the air. Now this is going to get interesting when we get close. They're going after Legend big time. Now you can see even with the graphics turned down, and this is a 1080 graphics card, so it's no slouch. And I've got 12 gigs of RAM. I got a solid state drive. It's a pretty decent computer. But it's still struggling with 40 ships. You can see the frame rate's down to like 5 per second. So it's going to take a pretty high-end system to run a battle this size well. Let's see if we drop it down to simple graphics. Okay, that brings it back up. We're up to about 14 now. So it's a little better. Ooh, Legend's going to take some hits. I want to see once we identify one of these things exactly what kind of guns he's got. Looks like 11-inch on at least one of them because he landed some 11-inch hits on me. Legend, you are a legend for going up this close and taking on all that fire. Let's take a look at Lexington. So you can see how changing the graphics, you can see the difference in kind of the quality in the detail. And it's still getting, it's down to like 11, 12 frames a second. It's still not great. It'll probably get better once we sink a few more ships. These two are going to collide. Not ideal, sir. Not ideal. Wish they would take some damage. Maybe in the final product there'll be damage involved in collisions like that. This guy's already halfway underwater. So it may be that in building my ships, I may have made them just a little bit too overpowered with these 12, 14-inch guns. Maybe next time we just let the AI build the ships for me itself. We do have some torpedoes getting in the water now from Legend. So we've got flooding instability, damage instability there. You do take a 15% hit for having the 3-barrel turret tech, but that's more than made up for with some of my other bonuses. Let's check this guy out here. We're real close to finally identifying some of these Japanese battlecruisers. This guy is about to get nailed. So I'm taking a few hits now, mostly probably on Legend. Ah, there we go. Akitoshima. 13-inch guns, okay. He's also got 11s and 7s and torpedoes, which he has launched. I've got so many ships, I'm not even going to worry about it. Legend continues to be such, as it just kind of goes full steam ahead right into the Japanese fleet. So we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There goes Fuji. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 ships. Akitoshima is next on the agenda. Oh, beautiful. You know, we haven't had any blocked shots. We've had a few ricochets, but for the most part everything's penetrating. So what that tells me is it's time to spam high explosives. See if we can start hooding some of these guys. I gotta say, guys, thank you to the YouTube community for inviting me into the world of the slang, you know, and it never would have occurred to me to call exploding a ship hooding the ship. I'm sure the Hood is not the only ship that ever happened to, and with all due respect to the gallant crew of the Hood, just, you know, terrible loss of life on that ship. But it's quite interesting to learn the lingo that you guys have passed on to me. So I think the lesson that we've learned from this is if you want to have a real challenge where strategy is going to play a factor, let the computer build your ship for you. Because if you can go in to where, oh man, oh, that HE, if you can go in where funds are unlimited, it becomes a bloodbath, because obviously I can build whatever I want as long as the weight can sustain it. So maybe in a future release, and maybe this is something I'll suggest to the developers if someone else already hasn't, maybe there can be a budget that is set for both sides so that things are a little more equal. That way the computer is working with the same budget that you are, and you can make it a little more of a fair fight. Because this obviously is not that. But we're definitely going to stick around until we see all these ships get sunk. I guess the only question is, do I do it without losing any of my own? Here's Legend kind of getting out of the way now. Oh, torpedoes in the water. Oh, never mind that. There went to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico got hooded as we talk about that. They had an ammo detonation. I may be able to avoid these torpedoes. In fact, it looks pretty promising at this point. See if we can get that bow swung around, or the stern swung around. The bow's already out of danger. Yep, I think we're good. Yeah, the Puerto Rico took a 3,000 point hit at ammo detonation. We're awfully close now, and that's a big reason why he's able to get that. Plus, I didn't do a whole lot to mess with the armor. There goes another one. Let's watch a little bit of the sinking here. Yeah, so we're down still to about 10 frames per second. So even with a lot of the ships sinking, it isn't making a big change. Of course, most of the ships sinking are on his side, so we're not reducing it all that much. Akitoshima's still hanging on, though. We've been firing at that one for a while. We got torpedoes in the water over there again. I don't think we're going to worry about it too much, but let's see if we can get Sentinel out of danger. Sentinel may be better off to go faster and also turn. Oh, there's another one up there. I thought it was just these two. Oh, it's not turning because we're doing the stupid thing where it's moving in the formation. Now it's starting to turn. No, we're definitely going to avoid the first two. Now the question is, can we then slow down and avoid the last guy? No, it doesn't appear that way. He's going to hit me no matter what I do. Alright, just take it. Take it like a man. Whew, that wasn't too bad actually. I guess I shouldn't worry so much about the torpedoes. How many we got left here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've taken out half his fleet. There's another one. Now we're down to 9. Bye-bye. Next in line. Oh, we got a deflection there. So 40 ships, too many. Oh, we just lost the Lexington. Another ammo detonation. 35 or 3,100 damage. And this is cool. I didn't notice this before, but if you highlight the damage, you can see who made that hit. See right here it just says Battlecruiser 14-inch hits Battlecruiser, but if you highlight over it, it tells you which ships did what there. New York hits Reliance, hits Kitahokotaka, so on and so forth. So we lost 2. We're just kind of going right down the line on these guys. Man, I can't wait to get my hands on a campaign for this. So we can see here the we've had 6 blocked now. That's, you know, so switching to HE, 14 ricochets, 4 partial penetrations, 22 over penetrations. But there's the sweet spot: 89 penetrations for 3,900 damage or 39,000 damage, 4 ammo detonations. These guys are just sinking right in the line. Taking a little longer on this guy. The Ontake. Here it comes. Could you imagine being on a ship and having that many battle cruisers firing on you at once? I mean, it didn't normally happen that way. And there was never a battle, I don't think, where there were this many battle cruisers all firing at each other. They're trying to get out of here now. How many are we down to? Once Untaki's out of the way, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, look at all that black smoke pouring out of this thing. You would not want to be on that ship. So it looks like we've switched off of Untake now. Gonna make sure we keep firing just in case. Hijiri is gone. That leaves us 4. We're gonna see both of these go down pretty close to each other. Lovely. Oh my goodness. So beautiful. Just can't seem to get in Untake. They're the ones that just don't want to die. Here comes another torpedo my way. Oh, that was amazing. Unless you're on the Untake. There we go. I think one more might do it. There we go. And then there were 2, and one's almost gone. Oh, they're both almost gone. Who's it gonna be? I guess that's you, Shiomi. You're already kind of half underwater. Man, how are you staying afloat like that? Got those pumps working overtime. Better question, how are you still firing with that gun on the stern that's underwater half the time? And how are you hitting anything when you do? Let's watch that. Let's see if it fires again. He may die before it does. Oh, now it's back out of the water. And that is all she wrote, folks. Well, that was fun. Yeah, I think from now on, when we do these custom battles like this, we're going to have to let the AI select how they're built. Either that, or I'm going to have to set myself some limits as far as the budget goes. I can't have the best of everything that's available. So let me know your thoughts on that. If there's anything in particular you'd like to see. And don't forget to subscribe and click on the link in the description to enter the contest. We are well on the way to hitting that goal of 15,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And when we do that on January 1st, I am going to do drawing from the folks who have entered and give away a free copy of either this game or Ultimate Admiral Age of Sails, your choice, to the winner. We've got something like 500 or 600 people who have entered so far. So go ahead and enter and let's see what happens. Thanks for watching.